Hello everybody. Welcome to the Chensor Dynasty. I'm James Chen. How's everybody out there going right now? This is the start of September, which is, of course, and let me know if you guys can hear me or not. I've got to actually, let me move the microphone into well, actually, I want to leave it here because I will be looking in this general direction for the most part over here. But welcome everybody to the Chensor Dynasty. My name is James Chen, aka jchensor. I am your host for this Twitch channel. It is the start of September, and what better way to actually try to get myself in streaming shape than September. I'm going to try and stream pretty much every weekday that I possibly can, and weekends if I have the ability to. But I'm going to try to stream as much as I can this month. No excuses, okay? No more laziness, no excuses. In fact, you guys at home need to hold me responsible for this. And yes, that is probably a good idea to have a no spoilers message here. So let's do this really quick. Let us unlock this. See, layout, unlock the position. Let's shrink this a little bit. Let us take this, unlock this, shrink this, oops, a little bit like so. Put this down here. And now let's relock it so I don't mess it up later on. So let's lock these positions, and then I can throw up the here we go, this, and then I will change the message. First time playthrough, no spoilers, even if I rhetorically ask. There we go. Spoilers will be timed out. Let's see, does that fit? Yes, there we go. Spoilers will be timed out. So there you go. Well, of course, yeah, because it's just one of those games you just gotta try things, and people who played the games a lot know all the stuff, and it's very easy. How's the volume of the game? We'll find out. Let's find out. So, oh, you voted for this, huh, Zeromus? Okay, well, there you go. You got your wish here. So another thing I can do here, I forgot how zoomed in this freaking camera is. Let me go to Logitech webcam software. It's webcam controls. Let's zoom out a little bit so you can see me a little more. Oh, I see. I have to do that. There we go. Much better. Alright, now you can actually see more of me. Woohoo! Which is, I'm sure, what you guys are all here for, is to see me as much as possible. Alright. Here we go. So, what I'm going to do today is I'm going to start... We'll press the A button. Okay. Sure thing, guys. What I'm going to start September with is just me playing through Ace Attorney, Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. I've never actually played this series before. I've only played the first game for the first 30 minutes. So I know, like, I think like the first case, I have to, obviously I don't remember a lot, so it was a long time ago. So it's basically going to be like me starting from scratch. So the question I have for people is, do they want to see me as I'm doing the voices, or just make it so it's like you're only hearing my voice, so the suspension of disbelief and blah 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 are kind of, you know, that way you can actually hear the voices and not see me doing it, and so you could picture it being part of the game a little bit more. I'll turn it on and off as we go, but just so you guys know, the whole point of September is that subs are half off. And I'm not traveling in September, so this is a perfect combination now where I'm just going to sit here and play everything as much as I can. I'm going to try to finish this whole entire series throughout September. I'll try to finish, maybe even try to finish Resident Evil 7. I'll try to finish Celeste. I'll be playing a lot more Tekken on stream. I'll probably be playing some Tekken as well, Tekken 7, because I'm sure people want to see me get back into that. I'm going to play as much as I can. I'm going to play some MK to learn Shang Tsung and learn Nightwolf, etc., etc., and all that stuff. So it's going to be a lot of fun this September. And again, you guys have to hold me accountable, okay? If I seem to skip a day streaming, call me out, please, because, you know, it's mood, laziness, cats, all sorts of things like that always kind of get in my way, and so I just want to make sure that that doesn't happen. Now, as I'm playing, I'm going to be staring this way. I'm not going to be looking in the camera. I'll be staring this way, but I'm sure that you people are used to that. Shoutouts to Burian Zero for welcome to the Chensor Dynasty. But we are going to play and start by a full day of Phoenix Wright. I'll take a break at some point around 7:30, 8 o'clock to feed the cats and maybe go grab dinner myself. But outside of that, I'm going to play this all the way up until midnight, till 1 a.m., till 2 a.m. We'll see. We'll figure it out, but we're going to go. I'm going to voice act everything that I damn well possibly can, because that's just going to be hella fun, because I like doing this all the time. You don't watch a lot of streams, but I saw you playing Phoenix Wright. No problem, Blue. It's going to be crazier than you can even possibly imagine, because like I said, I'm going to try to voice act every single character in the game, and I'm all ready to go. I'm all ready to go. I've got backup controllers here. You can see I've got backup controllers charging. I've got water. I've got an entire... How many gallons is this thing? This thing is 2.5 gallons of water here. I've got this whole entire 2.5 gallons of water here to continue to refill this so I can keep doing voices the entire time. So it's going to be quite something. It is going to be a lot of fun. Hope you guys have... oh, that's a good call. That is a great, great, great call, Drunken Banana. Let me grab that really quick. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. What a wonderful, wonderful call. I really should just use this, shouldn't I? Let's do this, shall we? Hang on. How much battery do I have in this thing? Oh, please tell me. Oh, this battery is dead. Alright, I will charge this as we play, and then that way I will be able to get something later on. But for now, I'll just use the Joy-Cons, because those will work for now. Where do I plug? I need another. Oh, perfect. I have one. Ugh. All right, there we go. So we will charge this Pro controller as we go. All right, so here we go. Let's just do this. David for law advice, okay? Okay. All right, so here we go. I've got about 30-some people in the chat now, so I think that this is good. Let's test volumes and stuff like that. Make sure everything is working. I have this. This is muted. Let's pause this. All right, let's get started. Loading. All right, guys. How's the volume for you guys? Let's text skip. Full auto skip. Hold the B button to skip text. I'm only going to leave it to single skip because that's going to be scary if I accidentally skip. Screen shake, vibration, text box, transparency. Oh, I see. Oh, okay. I'll just turn it to low. Okay. Alright. Man, a lot of people are saying that they love this series. One of the greatest series of all time. I've never played it. I've actually played the, what was the Cartoon Network parody, like, lawyer thing that the Street Fighter characters were, like, cameoing in randomly. So, text skip to off, huh? Okay. Let's do that then. Harvey Birdman, yeah, I've played that, but I haven't played these games, so weirdly enough. Alright guys, let's go. Welcome to September, welcome to the Chensor Dynasty. Hope a lot of people, tweet this out, let people know, because this is going to be a fun day. Oh, that's right, all three of them. Alright, start with game number 1. The First Turnabout. Play the First Turnabout? Yes. Damn it! Why me? And of course, I don't know who this is, so I can't do an accurate voice. Oh, it is this guy. I've got to find someone to pin this on. Someone like him. I'll make it look like he did it. August 3rd, 9:47 a.m. District Court. Defendant, lobby number 2. Boy, am I nervous. Right? Oh, hiya, Chief. Phew. I'm glad I made it on time. Well, I have to say, Phoenix, I'm impressed. Not everyone takes on a murder trial right off the bat like this. Says a lot about you, and your client as well. Thanks? Actually, it's because I owe him a favor. A favor? You mean you knew the defendant before this case? Yes. Actually, I kinda owe my current job to him. He's one of the reasons I became an attorney. Well, that's news to me. I want to help him out any way I can. I just really want to help him. I owe him that much. It's over! My life, everything, it's all over! Is that your client screaming over there? Yeah, it's him. Death, despair! I'm gonna do it! I'm gonna die! It sounds like he wants to die. Yeah. Nick! Hey there, Larry. Dude, I'm so guilty. Tell him I'm guilty. Give me the death sentence. I ain't afraid to die. What? What's wrong, Larry? Oh, it's all over. I'm finished. Finished. I can't live in a world without her. I can't. But who took her away from me, Nick? Who did this? Oh, Nick, you gotta tell me. Who took my baby away? The person responsible for your girlfriend's death. The newspapers say it was you. My name is Phoenix Wright. Here's the story. My first case is a fairly simple one. A young woman was killed in her apartment. The guy they arrested was the unlucky sap dating her. Larry Butts, my best friend since grade school. Our school had a saying, when something smells, it's usually the butts. In the 20 years I've known him, it's usually been true. He has a knack for getting himself in trouble. One thing I can say though, it's usually not his fault. He just has terrible luck. but I know better than anyone he's a good guy at heart. That, and I owe him one, which is why I took the case, to clear his name. And that's just what I'm going to do. August 3rd, 10 a.m., District Court, Courtroom number 2. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Larry Butts. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The, defense is ready, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, this is your first trial, is it not? Yes, Your Honor. I am a little nervous. Your conduct during this trial will decide the fate of your client. Murder is a serious charge. For your client's sake, I hope you can control your nerves. Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, given the circumstances, I think we should have a test to ascertain your readiness. Yes, Your Honor. Hands shaking, eyesight fading, mom's spaghetti. The test will consist of a few simple questions. Answer them clearly and concisely. Please state the name of the defendant in this case. The defendant? Well, that's Larry Butts. Correct. Just keep your wits about you and you'll do fine. Next question. This is a murder trial. Tell me, what's the victim's name? Oh, whew, I know this one. I'm glad I read the case report cover to cover so many times. It's, wait. No, wait. I forgot. I'm drawing a total blank here. Phoenix, are you absolutely sure you're up to this? You don't even know the victim's name? Oh, the victim. Of course, I know the victim's name. I just forgot temporarily. I think I feel a migraine coming on. Look, the victim's name is listed in the court record. Just press the R button to check it at any time, okay? Remember to check it often. Do it for me, please. I'm begging you. Mr. Wright, who is the victim in this case? Cinder block. No one would believe I was a defense attorney if I didn't carry this. Cindy's autopsy report. Cause of death, loss of blood due to blunt trauma. Cindy! The victim's name is Cindy Stone. Correct. Now tell me, what was the cause of death? She died because she was... She was struck once by a blunt object. Correct. You've answered all my questions correctly. I see no reason why we shouldn't proceed. You seem much more relaxed, Mr. Wright. Good for you. Thank you, Your Honor. Because I don't feel relaxed, that's for sure. Well then, first, a question for the prosecution. Mr. Payne? Yes, Your Honor. As Mr. Wright just told us, the victim was struck with a blunt object. Would you explain to the court just what that object was? The murder weapon was this statue of the Thinker. It was found lying on the floor next to the victim. I see. The court accepts it into evidence. Statue added to the court report. Right? Be sure to pay attention to any evidence added during the trial. That evidence is the only ammunition you have in court. Use the R button to check the court record frequently. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its first witness. The prosecution calls the defendant, Mr. Butts, to the stand. Chief, what do I do now? Pay attention. You don't want to miss any information that might help your client's case. You'll get your chance to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready. Let's just hope he doesn't say anything unfortunate. Uh-oh, Larry gets excited easily. This could be bad. Mr. Butts, is it not true that the victim had recently dumped you?
Hey, watch it, buddy! We were great together! We were Romeo and Juliet! Cleopatra and Mark Antony!
Oh, didn't they all die?
I wasn't dumped! She just wasn't taking my phone calls or seeing me ever! What's it to you anyway?
Mr. Butts, what you describe is generally what we mean by dumped. In fact, she had completely abandoned you and was seeing other men. She had just returned from overseas with one of them the day before the murder.
What do you mean, one of them? Lies! All of it lies! I don't believe a word of it!
Your Honor, the victim's passport. According to this, she was in Paris until the day before she died. The victim apparently arrived home from Paris on 7:30, the day before the murder.
Indeed, she appears to have returned the day before the murder.
This is all based more on Japanese trials and stuff like that, if I'm not mistaken, so the system is a little different.
Dude, no way!
The victim was a model but did not have a large income. It appears that she had several sugar daddies.
Daddies? Sugar?
Yes, older men who gave her money and gifts. She took their money and used it to support her lifestyle.
Dude!
We can clearly see what kind of woman this Miss Stone was. Tell me, Mr. Butts, what do you think of her now? Right? I don't think you want him to answer that question.
Yeah, Larry has a way of running his mouth in all the wrong directions. Should I?
Stop him from answering. Oh, is this the first time I can yell?
My client had no idea the victim was seeing other men. That question is irrelevant to this case. Dude, Nick, what do you mean irrelevant? That cheating she-dog? I'm gonna die! I'm just gonna drop dead! And when I meet her in the afterlife, I'm gonna get to the bottom of this! Let's continue with the trial, shall we?
I believe the accused's murder motive is clear to everyone.
Yes, quite.
Oh boy, this is not looking so good. Next question. You went to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder, did you not?
Well, did you or did you not? Well, maybe I did and maybe I didn't.
Oh, he went. What do I do? I can't really stop him here.
I know. I'll send him a signal. Tell the truth. Yeah, I was there. I went. Order. Well, Mr. Butts. Dude, chill. She wasn't home, man. So, I didn't see her. Objection.
Your Honor, the defendant is lying.
Lying?
The prosecution would like to call a witness who can prove Mr. Butts is lying.
Well, that simplifies matters. Who is your witness?
The man who found the victim's body. Just before making the gruesome discovery, he saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime.
Order! Order in the court! Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its witness.
Yes, Your Honor. This is bad. On the day of the murder, witness was selling newspaper at the victim's building. Please bring Mr. Frank Sawit to the stand. Mr. Sawit, you sell newspaper subscriptions, is this correct? Oh yes, newspapers, yes.
Mr. Sawit, you may proceed with your testimony. Please tell the court what you saw on the day of the murder.
Witness testimony.
I was going door to door, selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it was strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there, a woman, not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. The man who ran was, without a doubt, the defendant sitting right over there. Larry, why didn't you tell the truth? I can't defend you against a testimony like that. Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working? Your Honor, at the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building. Aren't phones supposed to work during a blackout? Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones do not function normally. The phone that Mr. Sowett used was one of those. Your Honor, I have a record of the blackout for your perusal. Blackout record added to the court record. Electricity to Miss Stone's apartment building was out from noon to 6 p.m. on the day of the crime. Now, Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. You may begin your cross-examination. Cross-examination? Your Honor? All right, Wright. This is it. The real deal. What am I exactly supposed to do? You exposed the lies in the testimony the witness just gave. Lies? What lies? He was lying? Your client is innocent, right? Then that witness must have lied in his testimony. Or is your client really guilty? How do I prove he's not? You hold the key. It's in the evidence. The evidence. The evidence. Compare the witness's testimony to the evidence on hand. There's bound to be a contradiction in there. First, find contradictions between the court record and the witness's testimony. Then once you've found the contradicting evidence, present it and rub it in the witness's face. Okay. Open the court record with the R button, then point out the contradictions in the testimony. The R button. The ever so useful R button. I was going door to door with selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it was strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there, a woman, not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found the public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. The man who ran was, without a doubt, the defendant sitting right over there. That's all of it. There must be a contradiction in there somewhere. Examine the court records with the R button if something strikes you as being suspicious. Then find the evidence that contradicts his testimony and present it to the court. Oh boy, I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I thought he must be in a hurry because he... Oh, that's right, I can go forward and backwards, right? I was going door to door. Let's see. Oops, shoot. A common sight? I find it odd you would take notice. Okay, I'm gonna have to get used to the controllers. I don't know, he just seemed strange to me, that's all. Like he was mad and yet frightened at the same time. Just like a criminal fleeing the scene of a crime. The defense requests the witness refrain from conjecture. Of course, what the witness means is that the man he saw looked suspicious. Well, I guess I did the right thing. So, what happened next?
I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Alright. Loss of blood due to blunt trauma. Ooh. It's rather heavy. The victim apparently arrived home. Electricity was out from noon. Okay, so she was dead due to loss of blood. So if he had just killed her, she would have still been alive. She couldn't have died of loss of blood that fast. Time of death 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. Aha, time of death 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. So that must mean that I saw her dead. I quailed in fright and found I thought I was called. However, the apartment I went to the park. I remember the time exactly. 1 p.m. Alright. So let's press here. Remember, blind playthrough, no hints. Hold it! 1 p.m. Are you certain? Yes, absolutely. He seems really confident. 1 p.m.? Right. Doesn't that seem strange to you? Present some evidence to contradict him. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. The man who ran was out the door. Oh, I have to use the present button. That's right. There must be a examine the court or something. Then find the evidence presented to the court. Okay. Blah, 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 blah. There. Time of death, 4 to 5 p.m. Present. How do I present? Oh, there we go. X button. Objection! That's not an objection. Anyway, you found the body at 1 p.m. You're sure? Yes, it was 1 p.m. for certain. Frankly, I find that hard to believe. Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. The autopsy notes the time of death at sometime after 4 p.m. There was no body to find at 1 p.m. How do you explain this 3-hour gap? That! Objection! This is trivial. The weird witness merely forgot the time. After his testimony, I find that hard to believe. Mr. Sawit, why were you so certain that you found the body at 1 p.m.? Gee, that's a really good question. Great job, right? Way to put him on the spot. That's all you have to do. Point out contradictions. Lies always beget more lies. See through one and their whole story falls apart. Wait! I remember now. Would you care to, give your testimony again? You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a video of a taped program. That's why I thought it was 1 p.m. Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding. I see. You heard a voice saying the time on a taped program. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Too easy. Right. You know what to do. I've got this one. You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice probably coming from the television. Alright, notice anything suspicious? It was probably coming from the television. Present. Was out from noon to 6 p.m. on the day of the crime. Objection! Objection! Hold it right there! The prosecution has said there was a blackout at the time of the discovery. And this record proves it.
have heard of television or video. The defense has a point. Do you have an explanation for this, Mr. Sawit?
I find it quite puzzling myself. Quite. Wait, I remember now.
Mr. Sawit, the court would prefer to hear an accurate testimony from the very beginning. These constant corrections are harming your credibility. That, and you seem rather distraught.
My apologies, Your Honor. It must have been the shock of finding the body.
Very well, Mr. Sawit. Let's hear your testimony once more, please.
Actually, I didn't hear the time. I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. That must have been what I saw.
You saw a clock? I guess that would explain.
God, this judge, man. He believes everything.
The defense may cross-examine the witness. Gladly.
Actually, I didn't hear the time. I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. That must have been what I saw. Alright, let's see here. It's rather heavy. Victim arrived home from Paris. Oh, jeez.
Now find the contradiction.
I didn't hear the time. I saw it. I mean, it doesn't look like the battery is on unless that picture is just inaccurate. I don't know if something like that actually qualifies in this game. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it. Must have been what I saw. Let's see. I don't see the clock on. Let's see if that works. Let's try it.
Objection! This evidence clearly reveals the contradiction in the statement, Your Honor. How exactly are that evidence and the statement just now related?
They aren't, are they?
Not at all. Mr. Wright, please think the facts over before making an accusation. Ah!
I don't think that won me any points with the judge. Actually, I didn't hear the time. I saw it. Victim apparently arrived home from Paris on 7:30, the day before the murder. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. That must have been what I saw. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. How would he... Shoot. Did they present this as the murder weapon? I think they did. Or how would he have known? Actually, I didn't hear the time. I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim.
Something's not right about this. Like... Objection! Wait just a moment. The murder weapon wasn't a clock. It was this statue.
Oh, I see. Okay, so it's just there. Okay.
Now, how is this supposed to be a clock? What? You with your objections and your evidence. Just who do you think you are? Just answer the question, Mr. Sawit. Hey, I saw it there, okay? There was a clock. Your Honor, if I may... Yes, Mr. Payne? As the witness stated, this statue is indeed a clock. The neck is a switch. You just tilt it and it says the time out loud. As it doesn't look like a clock, I submitted it as a statue. My apologies. I see. So the murder weapon was a table clock after all. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears that the witness's testimony was correct. This is a clock.
No, the sweat and the beads of sweat and the complete of Mr. Sawit is not, not a sign or indicative of anything, Judge.
Do you have any problems with this testimony now? Yes. Your Honor, there is a gaping hole in this witness's testimony. The only way he could have known the weapon was a clock is to hold it in his hand. Yet the witness testified that he never entered the apartment. Clearly, a contradiction. Indeed. The witness knew it was a clock because he
went into the apartment.
You're lying! Because you're lying! You were in the apartment on the day of the murder! Oh, yeah? Prove it! Prove I went in there! I'll do better than that. I can prove you were the one who killed her! You struck her with the clock, and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice! That was the sound you heard! Order in the court! Intriguing! Please continue, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Sawit, the sound must have left quite an impression on you. Understandable, since the murder weapon spoke just as you hit the victim. That voice was burned into your mind. That's why you were so certain about the time. Objection! What's the meaning of this? This is all baseless conjecture. Baseless? Just look at the witness's face. Would the witness care to elaborate? Did you strike the victim with the clock? I never. Look, the clock I heard. I mean, I saw. Shut up! I hate you! It was him, I tell you! I saw him! He killed her, and he should burn! Burn! Give him death! Order in the court, I say! Your Honor, a moment, please. There isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defense's claims. Mr. Wright, Your Honor, you claim the sound the witness heard came from the clock. Do you have any evidence? The whole case is riding on this. I better think through it carefully. Your Honor, the sound Mr. Sawit heard was definitely this clock. A fact which is clear if you simply...
try sounding the clock.
Let's sound the clock now, here, in this court. Your Honor, may I have the clock? I ask the court to listen very carefully. Beep.
I think it's 8:25.
That clearly is a strange way to announce the time. Well, he is the thinker after all. So, we've heard the clock. What are your conclusions, Mr. Wright? Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is now? It's 11:25. As you can see, this clock is exactly 3 hours slow. Precisely the discrepancy between what Mr. Sawit heard and the actual time of death. So, Mr. Sawit, sorry, wrong voice, try to talk your way out of this one. You forgot one thing! Uh-oh. Oh, what's he gonna talk about now? While it may seem like that clock is running 3 hours slow, it proves nothing! How do you know it was running 3 hours slow on the day of the murder? If you can't prove that, you don't have a case! He's right. How am I gonna prove that? Damn it, I was so close. Mr. Wright, it seems you lack the critical evidence to support your claim. Yes, Your Honor. This means I cannot let you indict the witness. Unfortunately, this ends the cross-examination of Mr. Frank Sawit. I came all the way down here to testify, and look what happens! You treat me like a criminal! A criminal! You lawyers are all slime! I almost had him! Sorry, Larry. I failed you. There's nothing I can do about it now. No! Not so fast, Mr. Sawit! What? Mia, I mean, Chief? Listen up, Wright. Don't throw this one away. Not like this. Think! But Chief, it's over. I can't prove the clock was slow the day of the murder. Nobody can prove that. Well, yes. But that doesn't mean you can't still win. Try thinking outside of the box. Don't waste time doubting the facts. Assume the clock was 3 hours slow and think through it. Ask yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow? Figure out the reason and you'll have your proof. Right? Can you think of a reason as to why the clock would be 3 hours slow? Wait! Maybe I can prove it. You must have evidence somewhere that can prove it, right? Find it and let him have it! Well, Mr. Wright, you say the clock was already running slow on the day of the murder. Have you found evidence to support this claim? Of course! There is a piece of evidence in the court record that can prove my claim beyond a doubt. Ha! Tough words. Let's see you pull this one off. Let's see the evidence that proves why the clock was running slow. So technically I'm in Japan. So if I'm in Japan, is Paris and Japan 3 hours apart? I'm going to say yes. Take that! The victim had just returned home from abroad the day before the murder. As we all know, the time difference between here and Paris is 9 hours. Oh, okay, got it. When it's 4 p.m. here, it's 1 a.m. the next day there. The clock wasn't 3 hours slow, it was 9 hours fast! The victim hadn't reset her clock since returning home. That's why the time you heard was when you struck her dead in the apartment was wrong. Proof enough for you, Mr. Sawit? Or should I say, Mr. Did It? Order, I say! Well, this case has certainly turned out differently than we all expected. Mr. Payne, your witness? He was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor. Very well. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. I have to say, I'm impressed. I don't think I've ever seen someone complete a defense so quickly and find the true culprit at the same time. Thank you, Your Honor. At this point, this is only a formality, but this court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Butts,
not guilty.
And with that, this court is adjourned.
Confetti. It turns out that Frank Sawit was a common burglar. He posed as a newspaper salesman to check and see when people were out of the house. That day, when Larry went to her apartment, the victim wasn't home. After he left, Mr. Sawit let himself in to do his dirty work. While he was searching her place, the victim returned. Flustered, Mr. Sawit grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find. Oh. August 3rd, 2:32 p.m. District Court. Defendant lobby number 2. Whew. Still can't believe we won. Right? Good job in there. Congratulations. Thanks, Chief. I owe it all to you. Not at all. Not at all. You fought your own battles in there. It's been a while since I've seen a trial end on such a satisfying note. I've never seen the Chief looking this happy. If she's this glad, imagine how Larry must feel. My life is over! Larry, you're supposed to be happy. What's wrong now? Oh, Nick, don't worry about me. I'll be dead and gone soon. Good. Wait, no! Bad! Bad! Larry, you're innocent. The case is closed. But my Cindy Wendy's gone, man. Gone forever. Larry, she was a... never mind. Congratulations, Harry. Harry? Yes, you. I can practically see the headlines now. Harry Butts, innocent. Wow, thanks. I really owe you one. I won't ever forget this, ever. Let's celebrate. Dinner? Movie? My treat. Oh, no, I couldn't. Hey, I was the one who got you off the hooks. Oh, hey. Here, take this. It's a present. A present? For me? Wait, wasn't this the evidence that... Actually, I made this clock for her. I made one for her and one for me. Really? You? You made this? Well, thank you. I'll keep it as a memento. Yo, Nick. Can you believe it? I was so into that chick, and she was just playing me for a fool. Don't that make you just want to cry? Larry, are you so sure? Excuse me? I think she thought quite a lot of you in her own way. Nah, you don't gotta sympathize with me. It's okay. Oh, I'm not sympathizing, really. Isn't that right? Don't you have something to show your friend? Something that proves how she felt about him? Huh? Oh, yeah, right. What is she talking about? Sure? Check this out, Larry. Proof positive you weren't just some chump to her. What about that clock? This is the clock you made for her, Larry, and she took it with her when she traveled. Whatever, she just probably needed a clock, that's all. He looks like Pikachu. You think so? It's a pretty heavy clock to take traveling. Pika, Pika! Well, make of it what you will. Hey, Nick, I'm glad I asked you to be my lawyer. Really, I am. Thanks. Hope that made him feel a little better. Right? I hope you see the importance of evidence now. Also, hopefully you realize things change depending on how you look at them. People, too. We never really know if our clients are guilty or innocent. All we can do is believe in them. And in order to believe in them, you have to believe in yourself. Right? Listen, learn, grow strong. Never let go of what you believe in. Never. Well, I think our work is done. Shall we be off? You gotta believe. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Yeah, I guess so. Say, how about dinner on me? We'll drink a toast to innocent butts. I like innocent butts and I cannot lie. Yeah. Oh, speaking of Harry, you were saying part of why you became a lawyer was because of him? Yeah, part at least. You'll have to tell me more about it sometime. Maybe over drinks? Yo, Mia. And so, my first trial came to a close. Larry slapped me on the back and said, "Gee, Nick, it's good to have friends." But I'm pretty sure he's not gonna pay us. Unless you count the clock he gave Mia. I didn't know it then. That clock was soon gonna be at the center of another incident. Dun dun dun! And my promise to tell the chief about me and Larry would be a one promise that I wouldn't be able to keep. The end! Yay! Thanks for tuning in, stream. I'll see you guys later. Have a good night. No, I'm just kidding. A brand new episode has been added. Save your progress? Yes! Save. Turnabout Sisters. Okay. Hello? Hello? This is Maya. Hey Maya, it's me. Mia, what's up? You haven't called in a while. Sorry, I've been so busy. How have you been? Well, lonely. And it's all your fault. I'm just teasing. I've been great. I'm finally getting used to having my own place. That's good to hear. Actually, I'm calling because I have a favor to ask. I know. You want me to hold evidence for you? Sharp as always. There's a lot of buzz around the upcoming trial. I just don't feel safe keeping the evidence here. I gotcha! So, what is it this time? It's a clock. A clock? Yeah, it's made to look like that statue, the Thinker, and it tells you the time. Thought you might like it. You always liked toys. Hey, I'm not a little girl anymore, sis. Now, you know I'm only teasing. I should probably tell you the clock isn't talking right now. Huh? It's not working? That's lame. I had to take the clockwork out. Sorry. I put some papers inside it instead. Papers? Is that the evidence then? Well, there's a possibility that it might turn out that way, yes. Can you come by the office tonight, say 9, to pick it up? I'll be in a pre-trial meeting until then. Okay, sis. But I expect dinner! Something good! Like burgers! I could really go for a burger! Okay. We'll hit the usual joint. Alright, it's a deal! Okay, sis. See you soon! Yep, I'll be waiting, Maya. Conversation recorded. September 5th, 9:27 a.m. Zuckerman Burgers. September 5th, 8:57 p.m. Fay and Company Law Offices. Now, Miss Fay, I'll take what's mine. The papers. I'm sorry, but I can't give you what I don't have. Miss Fay, you are a poor liar. Why, I see it right over there! I'm sorry. That must be the Thinker that swallowed those papers. How could you know? You are not cogniferous of my background. Gathering information is my business, you see. This is my, we don't know if this is a man or a woman voice. I should have been more careful. Yeah, I don't know what cogniferous means. It's a big word. My dear Miss Fay, I am so very sorry. But I am afraid I must ask you for one more thing. Your eternal silence. Farewell, no! No! Red, white, blue. No, not Mia. Uh-oh, I'm late. Huh. That's strange. She said her sister was coming over, so we should all go out for dinner. What's that smell? Blood? Whoa, Phoenix knows what blood smells like. Mia! Maybe she's in her office. Oh. I see. Okay, okay. That smell. Blood! Somebody's there. Chief? Chief! Chief! Na 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 na. Who are you? The strange girl dropped cold. I left her lying on the office sofa. I went back to the chief where she lay under the window. Mia. Her body was still warm. I could feel it when I held her shoulder. Then, all too quickly, it began to fade. Until finally, she was cold. Chief. Some shards of glass are scattered on the floor. They seem to be the remains of a glass light stand. The chief's chair. A simple, functional design. Feels pretty good to sit in, too. There's a large building right across from the office. The Gatewater Hotel, a nice luxurious place. The statue again? It's encrusted with dried blood. How ironic that this became the murder weapon. Again! It's Harry Butts' fault! Chief. It's hard seeing her like this. But if there are any clues here, she was struck on the head with a blunt object. She probably died instantly. The thinker lying next to her must have been the murder weapon. The thinker added to the court report. What's up, Kiyobi? There are some glass shards near the chief's body. Must be pieces of the glass light stand lying broken in the back of the room. Chief court record. Nothing else that seems like a clue here. Huh? A piece of paper. It must have fallen from Mia's hand. What could it be? A word is written in blood on the scrap of paper. Maya? Did Mia write this? This piece of paper is a receipt from a department store dated yesterday. Receipt added to the courtroom record. I think that's enough snooping around for now. I'd better call the police and find out what that girl was doing here. Is there really nothing else to check out here? I see. Check mark means I've seen it already. And then this was something else. Check mark. Okay. Let's move. Just woke up, huh? Nice. The girl just now. Where'd she go? I put her right there on that sofa. Oh, hope she didn't run on me. Yikes! Don't scare me like that! Excuse me, but who are you? okay. I work here.
Maya Faye.
Maya? Faye?
Maya? So Mia was writing this girl's name. Maybe I should show her the receipt? Never thought there'd be use for evidence like this outside the courtroom.
She seems to be in shock. I don't want to disturb her, but I have to know. Excuse me. Can you tell me what happened?
I came in. The room was dark. And sis.
So she was already dead. So you're the chief's
Sister. I'm her younger sister.
and you were here visiting this late at night?
Yeah, she said she wanted me to keep some evidence for her.
Evidence?
Yeah, it was that clock. I was the thinker.
Before Mia died, she wrote a message with her own blood.
That's pleasant.
Good job, Phoenix. She wrote it on the back of this receipt.
That's my name! Why? Why would she write my name?
Please, just calm down.
Why would sis write my name?
Uh-oh, now I've done it. I better hurry up and call the police. Reception desk. I usually sit here. You couldn't cram more legal books in here even if you wanted to. Few can gaze upon the shelves without feeling insignificant. Small writing desk closeted with office supplies. This sofa's for clients. It's leather. A real luxury model. A large painting. I guess you'd call this modern art? I, on the other hand, call it a mistake. Oh, what am I laughing about right now? The door to the chief's office. It's slightly open. I better not touch the doorknob. Okay, so she's gone. Plant, nothing else to examine here. So if that's the case, I guess I have to use the phone maybe here? Yeah, here we go. Oh, this is a whole new section, I see. Surprisingly, the chief was never good with machines. About all she used this PC for was email. She picked up this ancient model at some garage sale for practically nothing. The Fay and Company ledger book. Everything is written in the chief's ultra-neat handwriting. It's a small office, but it makes a good bit of money. Okay, I already looked at that chair. There's the phone, a desk. Perfectly normal office desk. Chief had a very particular policy about office decor. Spend your big on the stuff clients use, but keep your own stuff simple. All the chief's important documents are packed in here. This is where she filed her case records and recent rulings. Right, I'd better call the police. Oh, that's funny. A few of the screws on the receiver are missing. Looks like someone was halfway through taking it apart. Police? Please come quick! What was that? Someone screaming from outside the window? Ah! She's staring right at me! She's holding a phone in her hand! Call the police, call the police. Phone receiver's missing a few screws. I better not use it. Oh God, let's get out of here. The police! Sounds like they're coming this way.
Freeze! Police! All right. Dick Gumshoe. I'm Detective Dick Gumshoe, see? Gumshoe? What an odd name. We received a report from the building across the way, see? Got a person saying they saw a murder. A moida. It must have been that woman I saw. Anyway, I don't want either of you move it 1 inch, Kay? Great, just great. Maya, wait, she wouldn't have... Whoa, excuse me. This word Maya here mean anything to you? That's my name. What? The victim drew this here note in her own blood, see? With her dying breath, she wrote down the killer's name. Killer? Case closed. You're coming down to the precinct, ma'am. What?
I guess I don't know that reference, Mikey. Mia's younger sister Maya was arrested on the spot. I was taken in for questioning and didn't get out until the next morning. My eyes were heavy, knees weak, arms were heavy. That's the second Mom Spaghetti's reference, but I couldn't sleep. He's named Dick Detective in the French version. That's actually funny. I sat around waiting for visiting hours to begin at the detention center. I had to talk to Maya as soon as possible. September 6, 9:07 a.m. Detention Center. Visitor's room. Wow. Have poor Maya locked up like a criminal. I have never played any of these games before, Zetsubo, so this is all a dry run-through. Oh, it's you, the lawyer. Good morning. Good morning. She looks so tired. You going to be my attorney? Well, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. Sorry, not a chance. I better give it to her straight. It's up to you. Up to me? Yes, I don't think this is something I should decide. After all, you're the one in trouble here. They're never going to believe me, are they? Even you, when you found me in the office, you looked at me like I had done it. Did I look at her like that? No, I never thought. It's okay, I understand. I've also heard about you. Heard? Heard what about me? I was talking to my sister on the phone the other day. Today was my junior partner's first time in court. Wow, really? How'd that go? It was quite the scene. Honestly, I was on the edge the whole time. It's been a while. So he crashed and burned? He's a genius. One of those strike fear into the hearts of evil types. The only thing he's lacking is experience. Huh, sounds like it was fun. Well, I know who to go for if I ever get into trouble now. I don't know, Maya. I think you might want to wait. Give him 3 more years. That is, unless you want to be found guilty. Damn! Throw your guy under the bus. That's what she said. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to insult you. No. It's okay. It's true, I guess. But at the same time, I can't just sit by and watch. When I think of the person who did this to Mia... Oh, I know. There's something I've been wanting to ask you. Yeah? What's with that outfit? Oh, this? This is what all acolytes wear. It's my uniform, you could say. Acolytes? Like people in religious
training? What is it that you do? Oh, it's nothing strange, really. I'm a spirit medium in training. But a spirit medium? I'm pretty sure that qualifies as strange. Could you tell me about the day of the murder? Yes. Let's see. That morning I got a call from my sister. She wanted me to hold onto a piece of evidence for an upcoming trial. Evidence? Yeah, yes, the clock, shake like the thinker. The one Larry made. How could that have been evidence in a case? Right. She said something about that. Oh, you're all warm. You were toasty in the sun. I remember. Do you want to hear it in her own voice? Her own voice? Yes. I'm pretty sure our conversation is on my cell phone. You recorded it? Yeah. I forgot how to delete those things. So you say you have a conversation with your sister on your cell phone. Let's hear it. Right. Oh, I just remembered that detective took my cell phone. I'm sorry. Oh, right. Oh, of course. Next time I see Detective Gumshoe, I'll ask him for it. I'll write you a note so you don't forget, okay? Sure, thanks. Maya's memo added to the court report. Could you tell me about the day of the murder? Sorry, I know it must be hard. No, it's okay. All I've been doing the last few hours is talking about it. I've kind of gotten used to it. Let's see. The morning I got a call from my sister. She wanted me to hold on to a piece of evidence. Thinker the Laricot practically qualifies as a serial murder by now. So then, when did you arrive at the office? It was right around 9. The lights were off and I could smell blood. Then I found her, my sister. How does everybody know what blood smells like? Thanks, Maya. That's all I need to hear for now. So you're an acolyte, huh? Medium in training. That's right. The Fae family, especially the women, have always been very sensitive to the spirit world. Wait a second. You said the Fae family? So Mia was into this stuff too? Of course! She left the mountain to follow her career, she said. Her powers were first class too. No idea. Huh? Oh, wait. What? So you're a real honest-to-goodness spirit medium? With ESP and all that? Yeah, yes, in training. Well, can't you contact Mia's spirit then? We can just ask her who killed her. I'm sorry. I'm still in training. I couldn't do something on that level. Thought that would be too easy. Huh? Something the matter? I was wondering, could I ask you a favor? This is the address of a famous lawyer. My sister gave me this a long time ago. She said if I was ever in trouble, I should call him. And, well, I'm in trouble. Did you think you could go ask him to represent me? Sure, why not? I'll go ask. Thank you so much. I have no one else to turn to. Say, what about your parents? Akuma speak. I see. Don't worry. Leave it to me. Thank you. The trial's tomorrow at 10. What? Tomorrow? Tomorrow? What if this guy refuses? They told me that if I don't find one, the state will pick an attorney to defend me. When will that happen? They're giving me until 4 this afternoon. Visiting hours are almost up. I better hurry. Right, I'll be back. This guard monitors the visitor's room. He hasn't moved an inch. Real pro, this guy.
Smile for the camera. Alrighty. Move. Oh, I can go to all these places. I see. So when I just want to go to a different location, I just go there. I've said everything to her. Let's go to Grossberg Law Offices. September 6th, Grossberg Law Offices. According to the receptionist, the big boss is out. She couldn't say when he'd be back. It must be hard to keep track of everything when you're a famous lawyer. Not to mention run an office like this. I guess I'll just have to come back later. That painting has been bugging me ever since I stepped in here. The oil paint is so thick it's practically giving me a stuffed nose. Sure, the price is nothing to sneeze at either, for that matter. An expensive potted plant. No idea what kind of plant it is, but it's probably the most expensive one available. Table for clients. An elegant ebony case. If I'm not mistaken, then lighter's made of solid gold. Even I can tell someone here's got money to burn. A solid mahogany desk. The wood's been polished to a deep luster. Expensive looking mahogany bookshelf filled with expensive looking books. Funny, they don't look like they've ever been read. Nothing else to but nothing left to examine. Okay. Move, I guess. I guess I'll go back and talk to her. Hey! What is it? Did you meet the lawyer? Sorry, I haven't seen him yet. I see. I better go see if I can find this elite lawyer she's talking about. Let's go over here. September 6th, Fay and Company Law Offices. An office is filled with police officers. They're all busily searching for clues. Hey, you there! This is the crime scene, pal. No trespassing. I'm sorry. Don't I know you from somewhere? Wait, you're that Butts guy, ain't you? No, Phoenix Wright. How can anyone mistake me for Larry? Oh, guess I got the wrong name, Mr. Wright. Sorry about that. That Butts guy, he was a killer, and you're no killer, right? He was proven innocent. Right, and you were the Gumshoe, wasn't it? Dick Gumshoe? Right, at your service. Hang on, that's Detective Gumshoe to you, pal. Anyway, get the name right, and don't go calling me Dick. Hey, Dick, get over here. Yes, sir. Be right there. You're her lawyer, right, pal? If you got business here, you better do it quick. Whew, he thinks I'm Maya's lawyer. Mia's favorite potted plant. I remember it had this bizarre name no one could ever remember. Cordyline stricta, pal! Who was that? Oh, I think I might know who that is. The sky is blue, and so am I. There's that hotel right across the way. An old movie poster. Apparently, this was the first movie that made Mia cry when she saw it. I'll check it out one of these days. There's a horrendous amount of legal books here. Scarier still is that Mia probably read all of these. Mia's desk. Perfectly clean as always. The only thing it's missing is Mia. About Miss Fay, did you do an autopsy? You want to know the results, eh?
Now don't you look at me like that, pal. It's no use. She might have been your boss, but that doesn't mean you get any special treatment. Alright. You can see the report, but that's all.
Death was instantaneous. About Maya.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the trial. Sorry, pal, but this is one trial you ain't gonna win.
Why do you say that?
The city's put Prosecutor Edgeworth on the prosecution.
Oh, great.
Edgeworth. I'm sure you know what that means, you being a lawyer and all.
Prosecutor Edgeworth.
That's right, pal. Mr. Miles Edgeworth himself. Wait, you do know him, don't you?
Of course I do. I know him. He's a feared prosecutor. He doesn't feel pain. He doesn't feel remorse. He won't stop until he gets his guilty verdict.
Oh, don't talk about him that way. You make him sound barely human. Still, I'm afraid this pretty much decides the case.
So Edgeworth is on this one. He hasn't lost the case since he became a prosecutor at the incredibly young age of 20. Of course, there are rumors of back alley deals and forged evidence. All I know for sure is that Edgeworth hates crime with an almost abnormal passion. I never imagined I'd be facing him so soon. Can I present stuff? Thanks for this.
Don't mention it, pal. When it comes to dealing with lawyers, fight fair and square is our motto.
I don't know how to feel seeing everything written up like this. It makes Mia's death seem so routine. So Edgeworth is, oh yeah, it's Grossberg is a different lawyer. All right, let's go over here. Still not here. Wait, no, the chair didn't move. Okay. All right. Let's go back to Mia's office then. Interesting. Should I present something else? I was wondering, did you see Maya Fei's cell phone? That's right, I need to get the cell phone.
Oh, that? Yeah, I have that.
Do you think you could give it back?
Sure. I mean, wait a second, pal. Tricky lawyer.
Uh-oh, he's on to me. I think this guy's pretty easy to trick. Okay, I can't be straight with this guy. But what should I tell him?
Something the matter?
Oh no, that carrying strap on the cell phone.
This? It says, the Steel Samurai, warrior of Neo Old Tokyo. The Steel Samurai. That action hero on TV?
Yeah, you see that strap is a collector's item. She was worried it might get lost if it went down to the precinct.
That what she said? Yes. Okay, pal. I wrote down all the numbers she called anyway. Here you go.
Back when cell phones didn't have all that much information and all you needed was the numbers that she called. Seems he didn't notice the recorded conversation. Maya's cell phone received from Detective Gumshoe. Check the court record to hear the recorded conversation. Guess I've asked all the questions I need to.
You all done, pal?
Yes, thank you. I'll be heading out now.
Oh, wait! One more thing I wanted to mention to you. I don't suppose you're planning on talking to that witness. Anyway, you'd better not. No influencing the witness with your lawyerly ways, pal!
Come to think of it, I had completely forgotten about her. Good job, lawyer. The witness?
Yeah, Miss April May.
These names, my God. I'm sorry about this, but I can't tell you anything about her. Not even her name. Well, you just told me your name, Miss May, huh? So you've sent her home already then? You're trying to lure Lee tricks on me now. She's not gonna go outside her room until the trial. So she's still in the hotel across the way. I guess I should know better than to try to get a detective to leak. Oh, I'm sorry. I guess I should know better than to try to get a detective to leak information. You got that right, pal. Time to pay a visit to Miss May. Hey, what's up? You haven't called in a while. Well, actually, I need something to blah blah blah. It's all this stuff. Da 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 da. Okay. All right. September 6th, Gatewater Hotel, room 303.
Well, hello there, handsome.
Hi. Smooth, right? Real smooth.
You're the lawyer, aren't you? The detective told me. He said, don't say nothing to that lawyer, pal.
Memo to self. Thank Detective Gumshoe for making my job harder.
Gee, this is all like something out of a movie. It's all so exciting I can hardly contain myself. Ooh, let me go freshen up so I can look the part of the beautiful eyewitness.
I pity the lawyer that has to cross-examine this one. What the hell is wrong with her? There's a screwdriver stuck in this drawer. I wonder what's inside. Let's take a look.
Hey! Hey! What are you doing? No touching! Ooh, bad boy. You really shouldn't pry around in other people's rooms now. You wouldn't want to make me upset, would you?
Upset? I thought she was going to explode for a second there. I wonder what could be inside that drawer. Still scene painting. Wait, should that be still life? Whatever. One of those is hanging on the wall. And the flowers are fake, as expected. I know sunflowers and tulips. That's about the extent of my floral knowledge. A bottle and 2 glasses are on the table. Somebody must be staying with her. No clues here. The late summer sunlight streams through the window. She has huge tracts of land. You can see the inside of the room pretty clearly from here. It would be a little difficult to recognize a face from this distance, though. A simple bed. It's been recently made. Nothing eye-catching here. Do you think you could tell me something? I need you to describe what you observed at the time of the incident.
Ooh, observe!
I just gave her a New York accent too.
Observe! Incident! You sound just like a lawyer in the movies! I like a man with a big vocabulary.
Better not encourage her. You know that thing that had occurred, happened the other day? That bad thing? What did you see when it happened? I don't suppose you could tell me about it, pretty please?
Let me see. Dream on. If you want to know, you'll have to come to court tomorrow, Mr. Lawyer.
Oh, boy. Could you just... Who exactly are you?
Oh, Mr. Lawyer, are you hitting on me?
No, hey, I'm just doing my job here.
You know you're cute when you blush.
Believe me, this is the first time in my life I've blushed this much. I'm all too hot. Right. Can you just tell me what it is you do?
Well, no. And you had your little hopes up, didn't you?
Oh, boy. I see there are 2 glasses on the table. Is someone staying with you here?
Ooh, what amazing powers powers of observation. You must be one of those famous detectives like on television.
Oh, no, not me. I'm just a lawyer.
Say, Mr. Big Detective, why don't you go look for clues in the garbage? Miss May doesn't like nosy little lawyers.
Oh, boy. Oh. I don't even see a trash can anywhere.
Excuse me, but I'm a witness? Police witness? You understand? How can I possibly give you any information in good conscience, Me? The witness? It's just like in the movies.
How am I supposed to do? What's inside, I wonder? Maybe later. What's going on, Instant Riot? Okay. This is the first Ace Attorney game, that is correct. Let's see if that lawyer showed up. Ghostberg is still out. Maybe I should wait for... That was the most over-the-top clearing of the throat I've ever heard.
So you're the one they say has been looking for me?
Yes, that's me. He looks even grander than I imagined.
Oh, that badge on your collar? Oh, so you're a lawyer, are you now?
Yes. Well, yes.
And what do you want? I'm not particularly busy these days. Please proceed.
Not busy? Then how come no one could get in touch with you?
Something the matter? You came to see the one and only Marvin Grossberg, did you not? Well, here I am, boy. What do you want? Out with it.
Well, sir, actually, it's about Maya Fey.
Oh, yes. Maya Fey, go on.
Why the strange reaction?
I'm really quite busy here, son. I can't go talking cases on a day's notice. No, it's quite impossible.
Wait a second. How did you know the trial was tomorrow?
Anyway, I'm afraid it's entirely impossible for me to represent here. Sorry. End of discussion.
What's going on? He refused me even before I got a chance to ask him. What do I tell Maya? How can you just refuse like that? Please tell me, why won't you take the case?
Well, you see, it's just I'm busy, you see.
But the client is Mia Fey's sister. Mia trusted you. She knew her sister would be in good hands.
Yes, of course, I know that. However, I'm sorry, but I must refuse. Sorry. Goodbye.
Creep. Fine. I don't have time to argue with you anyway. I'll go look elsewhere.
Think not.
Huh? Did you say something?
I think not, I said.
What do you mean?
I'm terribly sorry. But I'm afraid that no liar worth their salt will take on this particular case.
Oh, thank you, Nemesis.
Terribly sorry, boy.
Why?
I cannot say. I beg your pardon, but could you leave now? I have nothing more to discuss with you.
What's going on here? How did you know Mia Fey?
She worked here. a long time ago. Quite the apprentice, that one. Learned my techniques in the blink of an eye. She left one day, quite suddenly. She had a mission, you see.
A mission?
You could see it in her eyes. She followed it with a burning passion, never looked back, that one.
That's quite a painting.
Ah, you noticed? It's my pride and joy. Impressive, isn't it? Well, isn't it? The color of the sky, the hue of the sea, the wave of the straw hat. It's worth at least 3 million. I have no intention of parting with it, of course. No, I won't sell it, not even to you.
I wasn't even...
It's not for sale.
I'm not buying. Jeez. Okay. Thank you, Instant Riot. That's the whole point of the stream. Where's the note? Oh, she didn't give me the note? Okay, she didn't give me the note that said to me, alright. Well, I guess I gotta go tell Maya then. September 6th, 3:42 p.m. Detention Center, visitors room. Again, guys, this is the start of September, Subtember, so I will take the opportunity to say that subs are half off right now. So if you're enjoying this stream and some of the future streams I am planning to do in September, I'm planning to go in hard. Feel free to subscribe or, you know, gift subs, all sorts of things like that. Lots of cool stuff coming this September. So there's my plug spiel. Let's continue forward. I'm gonna have to get good at doing this. I'm gonna have to get good at plugging myself here. Hiya. Oh, you're back! Did you find the lawyer? Well, oh, what do I tell her? Well, see, just be honest. I really don't think you should use that guy. He didn't seem healthy. He was all skin and bones. Oh, what really happened? We all know how big he is. You don't mean he refused to help? I see. I've been abandoned then. What about your family? I only had my sister. My father died when I was very young, and I don't know where my mother is. Don't know? So she could still be alive? The women in my family have been mediums for generations. I don't know, Mia seemed kind of large. They say a lot of spiritual power runs in our blood. About 15 years ago, our family was involved in an incident. There was a man, and he ruined our mother's life. Ruined? After that, she disappeared. Several years after that, my sister announced she would become a lawyer, and she left the mountain. So, you live by yourself? Yes! I've gotten used to it. Oh, also, I had to become independent or I would lose my powers. I felt bad for her, all by herself up on that mountain. So, who was this man who ruined your mother? About 15 years ago, there was an unusual murder case. It made quite a stir. Everyone was talking about it, apparently. The police were running out of leads, and they were getting desperate. Wait, they didn't use a spirit medium, did they? The police convinced my mother to try and contact the victim. Wow. So what happened? The case was solved. We thought. You thought? The my mother helped the police capture was innocent. The police's consultation with the medium had all been carried out in secret, of course, but a man found out about it and leaked it to the press. He told all the papers that my mother was a fraud, and the media jumped on it big time. My mother became the laughingstock of the nation. I see. White. Excuse me? White? That was his name. My sister told me. White? Huh. Just a little longer now before the state-appointed lawyer comes, I guess. 4 p.m. Time's up. What should I do? Do I just leave her and go home? You can't leave her. Come on, man. Man, what happens if you pick this option? I mean, okay, this is one time I'm actually okay. What the hell happens if you pick the wrong answer? Like what happens? Does the game over or something? Does it actually game over? Oh man. Dude, I'm gonna play this seriously the first time through. I'm gonna play this seriously. Oh man, maybe I'll play it a second time around and pick all the wrong options, but I can't abandon Maya here. I can't abandon Maya. That would be against. If you want me to abandon Maya, all I can say to that is objection. So I am gonna defend Maya. Defending Maya. I've made up my mind. I'm going to defend you whether you want me to or not. Why? Why? Well, I can't abandon you. Let's play with her heart. No, someone else is the culprit. I don't know why. You aren't the culprit. Someone else is. How do you know? I have a hunch. Given the evidence, it would be easy to assume that Maya was the killer. But there's something about this whole thing that smells fishy. That witness's strange behavior, was that all an act? And the way that lawyer refused to help out Maya? But more than all that, she has no one left to help her. Nothing is more sad or more lonely than that. I know, I've been there. Long time ago. Oh, poor baby Phoenix. Why did I become a lawyer in the first place? Because someone has to look out for the people who have no one on their side. Maya, I won't abandon you. You can count on me. That's so kind of you. Well, let's fight this one and get you out of here. Right, thank you. She smiled at last. She looks like an entirely different person. One last question. You are innocent, right? Yes! And I trust you! So you trust me too, okay? It's a deal. So, what next? There's something that's been bugging me. Just what was in that strange woman's drawer? It was like when I tried to look into the drawer, she got all defensive. There has to be something in there. Hey, I got your cell phone back. Oh, say, can I listen to my sister's voice? Maya's eyes closed. She's listened to every word with such intensity. Before long, tears began to roll down her cheeks. Thank you. The music even changed. Let's get to that place. Good afternoon, sir. Excuse me, you are? Ah, I beg your pardon, sir. I am the bellboy of the establishment, at your service, sir. Oh, all right. I've come to pick up the delivery room service, sir. Do you know where Miss May might be? I believe our guest Miss May is currently using the, facilities. If you no need for anything, I'll be taking my leave. Please, stay as long as you like. Enjoy. Yeah. Wait, no way! Why does it seem like every time I come here, I end up embarrassing myself? Wait, now's my chance to snoop around a bit. Oh, I almost forgot. Oh, God, hey, you came back quick. Might I ask you to inform Miss May that there is a message for her? Please tell her Mr. White of Blue Corp phoned. Oh, right. Sure. Mr. White? Of Blue Corp? Where have I heard that name? Idiot? White. That was his name. His name is... White was the name of the guy who ruined Mia and Maya's mother. Could it be a coincidence? Screwdriver sticking out of that half-open drawer. Now's my chance to see what's inside. What do we have here? A wiretap? Huh. What would a woman like her be doing with a thing like this? Huh. There's definitely something suspicious about this Miss May. Why would she have something like this in her hotel room? There's a story behind all of this. I know it. All right. I'll be using this bit of evidence in tomorrow's trial, that's for sure. For Maya's sake, I'll get to this woman's bottom. I mean, you know what I mean. Oh, bellboy, still here? Oh, time to scram. I look forward to tangoing with you tomorrow, Miss May. In court. Oh, bellboy! To be continued. Save your progress. Just want to remind everybody, this is the start of my September, and I'm having some fun here doing this Phoenix Wright voice acting stream. I'm going to be trying to do this. I'm going to try to finish the trilogy throughout this entire September. So if you guys want to sub or, you know, want to show some love, the subs are half off for September this month. So if you guys want to do that, would be greatly appreciated. Also, let me save my progress. And whatever, I'll save over the same one. I don't care. If you guys are enjoying this and having a good time, we'll be doing a lot of fun streams this September. I'm also going to run more ads than normal during September just to help myself out a little bit. So we're going to take a quick 2-minute ad break. I'm not going to do a full 3-minute ads. I'm going to just do 2-minute ad break here. And when I come back, we will continue with the Ace Attorney Objection stream. So don't go anywhere. We will be right back. Thank you for the bits, Lolly. Much appreciated. I will be right back in 2 minutes. Pew, 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 pew. Hadouken! 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 Wow, she didn't run away as soon as I let her go. hope you guys heard that. Hi, cutie. Oftentimes I like to let her go early so she doesn't feel like every time I pick her up she's stuck.